All right, Carell.
Mm.
Day 4, stage 4 of Breck Epic. You're moving along.
Yeah,
2 more stages. So,
I'm over the hump now.
now, what were the stats for today?
Mm. Stage was, I think, 42 miles. I don't know, 6,000 and change vertical gain, and yeah, the huge.
Do you remember your time?
uh, Not really. Everything is just kind of blurry. I lost a few brain cells, so nothing is really working. I will have to look, but I finished 12th on the stage and moved up in the GC a little bit more from that deep hole where I was. So I guess it's good. But the main thing is I didn't really like focus on that. And I told you this morning how I just kind of thought about how I feel about this race and where I am and my attitude. And I realized that when I decided to switch or like to introduce more of these adventures like the gravel biking and mountain biking, into the mix of the typical triathlon training and racing, it was because I wanted more fun. And it really was like I got my mountain bike, I hop on it, it was so much fun to ride it. And I caught myself yesterday that I was just kind of not having fun and was complaining more than I should. Like, oh, there are rocks here and there are climbs and there's altitude here. Like, and I was just missing the part of like having fun. So the mindset going into today's stage was like I need to bring the fun back, even if it hurts. Hey, it's still fun. Look around, look at the beautiful nature, look at the place, look at what we I get to do this. Nobody forcing me to do that. It's my choice, and I want to have fun. So that was my mindset, and the stage was hard, of course it was, but every time I would just kind of like ask myself, am I having fun? And I needed to make sure that the answer is yes, even if I'm hurting. Like I'm hurting, but I'm still having fun.
And what was your favorite part of the day?
The favorite part of the day was probably the beginning. I kind of like, because I have this new mindset and I just kind of like didn't really worry about the racing part too much, just to kind of like having the fun. And the trails were not as um, difficult and tremendous as it was in some of the other stages, the beginning part. So I kind of like it just set the mood really well, and I was really having fun. I was just going, up and down, and just like it was like really having fun with it. And then we had a really like a very technical and gnarly descent, which was a lot of switchback on the loose sand and rocks, and some of the switchbacks which like oops, so so we just kind of stop, we have to turn the bike around and go down, but still having fun. And then the trail named Vomit came,
Yeah, so let's talk
and
about vomit.
I totally agree with that name because
So, is this going to be the hardest part of the day?
um, probably it's kind of like from Vomit on, it gets really hard, and the Vomit was basically very very steep trail that it's not rideable. You have to hike it. There's obstacles in your way, and then you just feel like you can fall off just by pushing the bike and walking, and it really zapped my legs a lot. So at the time when I finally reached the top, and then we were able to ride the top, but by riding I mean like you are on the easiest gear that normally I never use, and doing like maybe like 10 RPMs because it's just like what so it was really difficult. And then after that I was just like feeling really really depleted, and the descent from the vomit was also in that same category, really gnarly and kind of dangerous but fun, so I was having fun. And then I was just kind of getting ready mentally for the second half of the stage, which they put the two biggest climbs, big climbs in the second part of the stage, which is kind of difficult because you burn some matches already, and plus all the other stages. And as I'm approaching the bottom of that first big climb, which was 8 mile long, there's an aid station, and I just kind of quickly check my hydration pack, just touch it, and it seems there's still stuff there. I'm fine. I don't need to add extra weight to my bike, to getting some extra bottle or anything like that. I'll be fine. I'll get quickly over the mountain and descend down, and there will be next aid station. Well, 5 minutes later, I want to take a sip from my hydration pack. There was nothing there. Like, what the hell? So I'm touching it again. I still feel like it is something there, but there was just the stuff that I also put there, like some spare tube and spare battery and
So
stuff
you
like
had
that.
like
So
an hour of no
so
nutrition.
hour plus of nothing.
That's not
and
good.
It was the hottest. It was getting really hot, and the climb started with a gravel road before we hit the second part, which was really technical and hard trails, and again a lot of effort needed to be spent, and I was kind of starting to get a little dizzy, a little kind of like a weird feel. Just I was really dehydrated, really kind of bonky. I still have one more ton gel, so I took that, at least have something. And then we hit the descent, and it was really, again, technical and hard, and I was almost like, just be careful because I don't feel really good, at this point. But I managed to get to the bottom. There was the next aid station, so I drank a lot, get some stuff, and it actually helped me to kind of feel good again, because when we started the second big climb, which was again several miles long on the single track and really gnarly, I started feeling good and better, and I find myself around a few guys that kind of look like my age, and I was like, I think I can do better than them. So I put some effort in, I dropped them, I'm feeling good about it, and then there's some segments that was kind of on the verge of walking, but I managed to stay on the bike and just kind of torque it through, and then came really fun descent, and I really was having fun on the descent and enjoying it. And then the Garmin keeps beeping at me throughout the whole day, like of course, and like sure, whatever, 'cause that's what Garmin does. And then I realized I started another climb. It was kind of more like an open jeep trail, and I look to my left and I see everybody else is riding like there. You see those ends climbing on the single track. I was like, oh shit, I'm really off-road, of course. So I could just walk across the field. It was maybe 25 yards. I don't know, I'll be there, but that's not a course. So I turned around, descend down that hill that I just did, entered a single track. I was behind those guys that I dropped before, but I was actually happy with, the decision that I'm not doing anything that I'm not supposed to do. I'm staying on the course. I'm staying true to myself, and I'm having fun. And I managed to pass some of them again, and then I finished it strong and felt good about it. And that was the day. So I'm really broken. I'm really tired. Tomorrow is the hardest climb that they have here. Everybody keeps scaring us. It's a wheeler pass.
It's a time trial, right?
Well, they do it in the time trial waves, like a 10 at a time, just because it gets narrow at the beginning of the trail. But I said, you will be walking the most you've walked the whole week, and there'll be some rocks and then stuff to get over and gnarly, but it is what it is. That's what I signed up for, and let's have some fun.